The true difference between humans and animals that I have come to an agreement on, I simply can't argue against it, is that we are the only ones with a true freedom of choice. Even early humans didn't really have it. They somewhat had it, but not to the level that modern humans do. We have the choice as far as our impact on the world and our diet, how we decide to influence the world through daily things such as the way that we eat and the way that we treat others. This is a powerful thing. And early humans really didn't have this choice most of the time, and I say most of the time. There were those that may have been in fertile land and were perfectly fine at abstaining from the eating of meat, but those that were in the northern hemisphere, that were in certain areas where that luxury just wasn't there, they did have to kill others. And when you look at some indigenous peoples, such as we're very familiar with Native Americans here in the US, and you look at their rituals and they are just so passionate and so respectful when it comes to taking life because they know what they're doing. They're fully aware that they are killing something, and they believe that everything has a spirit. And so even though they do it out of necessity, they still recognize what it is. And I really sympathize with that. Modern humans really have this amazing luxury to not have to partake in that. And this is something that animals especially do not have. They do not have a choice. So why wouldn't you choose free will and take choice when it is given to you? Why would you choose to be a slave to a system that you do not have to be a slave to? Why would you choose to ignore the knowledge and to ignore what your heart is telling you? Why would you choose to continue to do things as if you have no choice? You have the amazing ability to choose exactly how you impact the world in every single way. And that is given to you by being civilized. Not at all putting down indigenous people. They do not have a choice. For them, they have the excuse. But for the rest of us, I'm afraid we don't. Because you have the ability to change. And it's an amazing thing to think that we have that luxury to say no to things that we know deep down is wrong. There's a reason why, in particular, pagans are very sensitive about death and about the things that they eat. There is a reason why they worship animals. There's a reason why they have a tremendous respect for them. Because they understand that in their situation they need them. And they also understand, because they live side by side, that those individuals are no different from themselves as far as caring for their own family and looking for comfort within their own kind, their own social groups. And so this is a respect that modern humans seem to have lost for the most part. And yet we have a choice to reject that sort of violence. We have the choice. Why don't we choose it? If you have the ability to bring out peace, why would you still decide to bring about violence? What that say about you as an organism? That you simply choose to remain in the cave and you have no desire to see the light. In my opinion, to be in the image of God, and I don't call it God, I don't believe it has human quality or animal quality, it is pure energy, it has no gender, but for those of you who are not into that, who believe it is a God and it is male, to be in his image has nothing to do with flesh and bone, because that's not what he is. So to be in his image means a lot more than your narrow-minded thought. It extends to all living things. Because so long as you have the ability to love, that is his image. And it is proven across species. It is not just in humans. And if you have a dog or a cat or any other companion animal, you know this. Unless you are so dense that you refuse to see it. And that I cannot help you with.